Butter time. No, we're not talking your love for avocado toast and lattes. We are going to find an easier way to set up and manage budgets. Hi, I'm Hansi, and we're talking money. Today, we're discussing budgets. A boring way to do it is to write down all your expenses for months and months and months, including the avocado toast and lattes, and then figure it out. I have a better way. So remember the goal cards that we'd made in the last video? So we are going to use these again to motivate you. I've taken 4 trays and I've put them need now, need later, wants and desires. Take the cards you have, basic living expenses, your place to live, your emergency cash, and your insurance. So you take the 3 things that you need to spend money on, which is your utilities, home, and insurance, and you put them in the lower drawer. The emergency fund is kind of like a saving, so for now, I'm going to put them in need later. Things like your kids' education, with how much it costs, also goes into need later. Your retirement doesn't have a bill yet. We will talk about that. Things like your comforts, your entertainment, and your current home, you put the greens and you put the yellows. As you get your bills every month, things like your electricity, you put them in the right tray until you pay them. Same thing like your rental bill or your society bills, they go in the needs to have. Things like your kids' education and retirement don't have a bill, which is why these cards are there to remind you how much you have to save. Now, these act as motivation. In addition to motivation, we should look at building good habits. How do you do that? Well, let's start with setting up an ideal. An easy rule of thumb is 50, 20, 30. So, if your income is 100, you can split them up into 50 for your needs, 20 for your wants, and 30 for your savings. One good habit to cultivate is to pay yourself first. So as soon as you get your $100, for example, you set up a systematic investment plan for a mutual fund. And don't worry if you don't know which mutual fund, just pick any liquid mutual fund or a cash mutual fund. Take 30% out of your income and put it into your savings account, into your savings investment plan. The other 50 and 20 is what you need to manage. If you have access to low cost or free bank accounts, by all means, as soon as the money comes in, split them into 2. Use the cards that the banks give you. So I have a debit card and I have a separate credit card. What I do is when my bills come in, so for example, rent and or society bills that don't have a bill, I pay a direct debit from my needs account. Any bills that are usually pretty much the same, like electricity bill, also just direct debit. I use my phone app to pay things like my mobile phone bill, which do vary from time to time. So you want to keep an eye out before you pay them. And then your grocery bills come out of your debit card. You keep your credit card for your wants. So anytime you go out, eating out, drinking out, everything like that goes onto your credit card. See if you can get a limit put onto your credit card so you do not spend any more than the 20% of your income. And again, it's put on direct debit directly from your account, from here. So it takes this money from this every month in full. Do not ever carry the balance over to the next month. You will just fall into a debt trap with the high interest rates. Things like your retirement don't have a bill, right? But as you put your savings into mutual funds and into bank accounts, that can go into your future savings. Now, I've given you my split of 50, 20, 30 because that's worked for me. But you may be at a point in life where you are not able to save that much, but then you need to motivate yourself to get there. Or you may be in a position where you could save a lot more. Love to hear from you in terms of what works for you and what you are doing to achieve your goals. If you like my common sense way of explaining things, check out my website themoneyhunts.com for more videos and articles. Or you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.